Hello again, I'm Rodney Reynolds and welcome to another video review. Today I'm looking at the In Win Maelstrom Case. This case is currently only available in a black color and it's mostly steel except for a few plastic parts and a plastic front bezel. At the top they include one 120mm exhaust fan, but another 120mm fan can be installed. Conveniently located at the top is the headphone jack and microphone jack, 4 USB 2 ports, a firewire port, 2 external serial ATA ports, the power button, and reset button. At the front there are 5 5¼ inch drive bays, and the top one actually has a 5¼ inch to 3½ inch drive bay adapter installed. And note that the drive bay cover also has a 3½ inch insert here. Every single one of these 5¼ inch drive bay covers doubles as a dust filter. It's hard not to notice these 2 green handles, and these are only for show. They are not to be used, so you cannot lift the case with these handles, because if you do, the front bezel will separate from the case, like so. At the bottom there's lots of ventilation, and there are 3 covers, and these are the same as the 5¼ inch covers above. They double as dust filters, so they can be very easily removed and cleaned. To remove the front bezel, remember not to use these handles. I did it just to show you what would happen if you tried to lift the case. The front bezel would come off, but it's not recommended to use these to remove the front bezel. Rather, to remove the front bezel, pull at the bottom. In the last 5¼ inch drive bay, there's an insert which has all the drive rails on it. At the front bottom, there's a 120mm intake fan. This fan can be very easily removed by taking off one screw. On the left side panel, there's lots of ventilation and a huge 220mm fan. But you can choose to remove this fan if you want to and install up to 6 120mm fans. Note the rubber grommets for all of the fan hole mounts. This is to prevent vibrations. They also include a fan LED switch. At the back of the case is where the motherboard's I/O shield plate gets installed. They include a 120mm exhaust fan. Here are the 7 ventilated expansion slots, extra ventilation, 4 grommeted holes for a water cooling system's tubes to pass through. At the bottom is where a standard ATX power supply gets installed, and they include 4 thumb screws, 2 on each side panel. This case fits micro ATX, standard ATX, and extended ATX form factor motherboards. Since this is a full tower case, there's lots of room to work on the inside, but unfortunately the motherboard tray is not removable, and the motherboard tray does not have any cable management holes. But there is a large hole right here, and this is for removal of the cooler's retention plate. Installing drives in all of the drive bays is a toolless operation using the included plastic drive rail mounts. At the bottom are 4 rubber rests to prevent the power supply from vibrating, and they also include 2 more of these rubber rests for longer power supplies. This case fits full-length video cards. At the bottom are 4 plastic feet, but each has 2 rubber inserts. And these are retractable feet, so you can swing them out if you wish for more stability. Finally, have a listen to the stock cooling. If you're building an excellent computer system, you should really go with a full-size tower case, because it will give you the freedom to work and also the space to fit lots of high-end computer components in, like for example, new and upcoming long video cards, which will not fit in mid-sized tower cases. I normally go with a full-size tower case, at least for my main work and gaming rig. Now this case has pretty much everything you should be looking for in a full-size tower case, except it doesn't come with a removable motherboard tray, nor is it all aluminum. And those 2 things, well, some people really don't care a whole lot about. This case also is affordable, which is excellent. But that front bezel just doesn't do it for me. The styling on it, and also those 2 fake handles, which I think are going to be a problem, because people are still going to be drawn to them and think that they can use them to pick up the case. And if they do, there could be an accident. But everything considered, this case is a kick-ass product. Until next time, take care.